Where's the intro?
There's the intro. LS11 Universe, it's Zander
and Ray.
And welcome to Season 3 Fallout. Holy crap. Season 3's over.
We did it.
We made it. So we're going to be live for a little while here. Probably about an hour, maybe a little longer, give or take. At least I will be. If Ray has to go, that's fine. I just heard my phone go off. I need to mute it. Where is it? There it is. We'll be taking questions, talking stories, all that kind of stuff that were supposed to happen in Season 3. And my God, isn't there a lot to talk about for Season 3?
I would say there's a lot. There's actually not as much as there was with Season 2, though.
Chat's starting to fill up, so good to see everybody here. There is actually a pretty good amount to talk about. WrestleMania especially has a lot for us to talk about.
Oh yeah.
So I just kind of, and we'll have the if everyone goes to the link in the pinned message, vote in the end of the year awards. You can submit as many votes as you want. Hanzo mentioning that I've got the heel beard back again. I do for now. I've got the beard back specifically for a thing I'm going to be doing on Twitch in the next few weeks. Hopefully soon.
So go follow Zander on Twitch. We plugged the Twitch, Zander. That's the end of it now.
Yeah. But yeah, we got plenty to talk about. We've already gotten 3 responses in the Slammy Award end of year awards things. So I'm just gonna drop the link I'm just gonna drop the link in the chat randomly throughout the stream, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the end of year awards link again, everybody. Yes, PP.
But it will be like Q&A, and then we're going to do some announcements.
Yeah. Also, I see someone. I don't know how to pronounce that name, but it's like their username then hyphen YouTube. Yeah, we know Johnny Gargano's back in WWE. We've made jokes about it on the last couple videos.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So I mean, let's look back at the season just real quick. We went from coming into this season with just Raw, SmackDown, and NXT to having Raw, Dynamite, Rampage, Impact, SmackDown, and occasional New Japan shows.
And you're going to do occasional Ring of Honor.
Yeah, probably. I'll at least do Super Card of Honor, and we'll see how that goes. And I don't have a date for that set just yet.
So, guys, we're doing a lot. I thought, people thought, oh, they canceled NXT. It's going to be a slowdown. Oh, no. Oh! No, you fools. No. It's not.
No, it's not. We have so much to talk about, though. So if people have questions, go ahead and fire them out. I suppose what we'll do is while we wait for questions, we'll talk about things as they come to mind. So,
okay, so
I'll talk about something that was.
First, do you want to talk about the end of NXT or the original WrestleMania main event?
Let's talk about how releases messed us up, because I feel like those both come tie together.
Yeah. Okay. So releases really did mess us up this season.
Yeah, releases are the reason that Impact came in.
Yeah. So,
also, Hanzo, I've just seen your chat about who's rumored to return. If it happens, I'll puke.
Who?
The Dream.
Oh. Doesn't he have new accusations?
Yeah. Anyways, back to what we're talking about.
The fact you had to whisper that shows you he probably shouldn't be coming back.
But anyway, let's talk about releases because there were a lot this year.
All right, let's get the big elephant out of the room. Keith Lee!
Keith Lee was supposed to be WWE champion right now.
Yes!
Keith Lee versus Roman Reigns was the original WrestleMania main event this season, and then he got released.
Yep.
So now he's one of the top players over in AEW for us, which is great. I love Keith Lee. I'm happy to have him anywhere. But damn it, he was supposed to win the Royal Rumble and go to WrestleMania to beat Roman Reigns.
Yep.
Tegan Knox was supposed to win the Women's Royal Rumble and beat Rhea Ripley.
Yep.
And then when Tegan got released, Naomi was going to beat Rhea Ripley today. And then she walked out. And then it was just and then this triple threat that we did today was the plan. And then we thought Io was leaving. So it was just going to be Rhea and Raquel. And then Io showed up at SummerSlam. And I was like, all right, guess we're doing the triple threat.
Yeah.
That's only scratching the surface of releases. You know, not to forget the Team Undisputed Era versus Team Kyle O'Reilly that was supposed to happen at Survivor Series.
Yes.
Not to mention, Bronson Reed was one of the people I campaigned for to win Money in the Bank, and you were coming around to, and then he got released.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Who else got released that really fucked us over?
And then we thought, well, Roderick Strong can be the next top heel on SmackDown, and all of you hated that. So,
and not even like I can't wait to watch this guy get his ass kicked hate. It was just like, you didn't give a shit.
And
nobody gave a shit.
I don't blame you.
No,
we're not mad about that. We get it in hindsight. Like, it was boring. Hi, Zach. Heard you're having a rough time. Hope things are doing better.
Yep. Hey, Zach. Welcome to Fallout. Yeah. Shit. Yeah. Roderick Strong's downfall is my own fault.
I just want to say this today. I walked into the grocery store today. Saw a pretty something because it disgusted me. Food stamps are down nationwide.
Makes sense.
No one has food stamps right now. Millions of families are going to go without food.
Lovely. So Blaze Wave says, now with Triple H, hopefully not as many releases will cause problems. Hopefully. And we're just talking WWE right now. We still got AEW and Impact to talk about. Keep in mind how different the start of Impact was supposed to be.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get there in a minute. I'm going to drop, because we have more people coming to the chat. Here is the end of year awards link once again. So everybody go vote.
Go vote, people. Go vote.
Every vote matters.
Go to the polls.
God, what else was supposed to happen this season that releases messed up? I mean, all of NXT got messed up because of releases.
Oh, yeah. So
I'll turn the floor over to you on that one.
So right now, actually, a tag team title match is supposed to main event a takeover.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That was my plan. I was going to bring in a whole bunch of outside tag teams and just make NXT a tag team brand. I don't agree with all this opinions now. In fact, I don't agree with a lot of them. But Smoky Mountain Wrestling, ran by Jim Cornette, in terms of tag teams, is just awesome to watch if you're a tag team wrestling fan. And I am. You know me. I love tag team wrestling.
Oh, I'm painfully aware.
Okay, Zander, you have to admit, when it's done right, it's amazing.
Yes, I agree.
And I was going to make NXT a tag team show.
Mm-hmm.
Then several people got released.
Yeah.
So what? And so NXT didn't lose a lot of tag teams. SmackDown did.
SmackDown got fucking gutted.
Yeah, SmackDown got gutted of its tag division. There was nobody.
Yeah, we lost.
Like the Vikings and who else? The Lucha House Party?
We lost them. It was down to Viking Raiders, and we had Rated RKO and Gallus, and that was it.
Yeah.
Like, Hit Row got released. Shane Thorne got released, which took apart that team. Lucha House Party got released.
So as a result, we have to then basically take the NXT tag division and cut it in half and put the other half on SmackDown, just so SmackDown can have a division to begin with.
Yeah, it was a lot.
So there goes the plans for NXT out the window.
Yeah.
Did you plan to start Impact or AEW when you canceled NXT?
AEW started while we were still doing NXT.
Yeah, AEW started when we were still doing NXT. Impact, you came up with it soon after. That's going to be a different story, though. We'll tell it later.
Impact was replacing ARW.
We'll get to Impact.
Yeah.
But anyway, so then there's going to be a plan for AJ Styles to go on a massive run as NXT champion and get destroyed eventually by Apollo Crews. And Apollo Crews run take the NXT title and be the top heel on NXT.
I had completely forgotten about that.
Yep, he's going to ditch Commander Aziz and just be a heel on NXT. And I was going to let the foreign heel stuff go, too. I was just going to have him be heel Apollo Crews.
Yeah.
And that didn't work out.
Yeah. Trying to remember. I remember some of the stuff from NXT. Wasn't Ziggler planned to beat Dragunov in a rematch 1 year later at TakeOver?
Yep. Oh, a tag team idea that I still think is a great idea to this day. Fortunately, he got released. Timothy Thatcher and Drew Gulak.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that one, too. Which, Thatcher could come back eventually.
Yeah. But I really like that team. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, that did sound fun. Of course, Gulak now leads Diamond Mine right now because Roderick Strong is gone. But given that Triple H is in charge, never know if Roderick Strong is going to pop back up in LS11 Universe. Almost like he was supposed to debut at the first Ring of Honor show because we thought he was pretty much gone from WWE. That's really bit us in the ass a few times, hadn't it? So what else? What else was? Oh, another good one. I feel like I've mentioned this one before. I've got the graphic, so I might as well throw it on screen. You guys know how John Cena was putting his career on the line against Damian Priest today, and he won. He got to keep his career and all that. Well, I'm stalling for time because I seem to have lost the graphic. I'm trying to get there. Slowly working towards. John Cena. He beat Damian Priest. He got to keep his career. Big match. John's not going anywhere. We're still doing this whole angle where he's trying to get one more world title match. If he doesn't win a world title by Survivor Series, he's gone, and all of that. Yeah, that matchup was supposed to be very different. I love Damian Priest and all. Damian Priest was supposed to still be in NXT at this point. Damian Priest, I don't remember what you were doing with him, but was going to be in a fairly prominent role in NXT as well.
Like a triple threat for the title with Apollo Crews or something.
Yeah, that sounds right. Sorry, I'm having to go back into my conversations with all people Prince Matta for this because I've lost this graphic.
Shout to him, whatever he's doing.
God knows what he's doing at this point. I haven't talked to him in over. It's coming up on a year since we last talked.
Yeah. Greg back for a bit.
Yeah, we had Greg Tree back for like a week. That was fun. Okay, found the graphic. Now I got to download it.
You and I are forever alone with each other.
I prefer that we are platonic, heterosexual life partners.
Our relationship is completely heterosexual.
Despite what people might think.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, I found the graphic.
Danger or Jobber comes in for a bit.
Yeah. But yeah.
Shout out to Jobber and DJ Danger.
What was that?
Shout out to Jobber and DJ Danger.
Yeah. So yeah, finally got the graphic after stalling for like 10 minutes.
Occasional unicorn in our heterosexual life partnership.
Got it. So, if everyone remembers, John Cena put his career on the line today against Damian Priest and won.
Uh-huh.
Well, originally, you would have seen the end of John Cena today.
Oh, yeah.
I had that graphic made a year ago. It aged like milk until it aged like fine fucking wine. By the way, I'm home alone, so I'm going to be a little more sweary than normal tonight.
So, what happened was the milk aged and kept aging and kept aging and eventually somehow turned into Parmesan cheese.
I'm more of a pepper jack guy, but yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, you were supposed to witness the utter destruction of John Cena today. And then, if I remember correctly, what happened would have been Cross.
Because
let me see if I can remember this correctly. Cross would have won the world title in season 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then John Cena would have returned and won the season 4 Rumble and faced Cross again in the main event of season 4.
Yeah.
As Pierre put it, it's got to be both confusing and annoying. And now I got to figure out how to slot the fucker back into the shows.
But just so you know, stay tuned.
Yeah. He'll be back eventually. Don't know when, don't know where. But he'll be back eventually.
And like that's gonna be the answer to 90% of what's gonna happen in blank. If you ask any future tense questions, it's going to be a stay tuned.
Yeah.
Partly because the show has also become a lot different behind the scenes over the last year.
Yeah, it really has.
First of all, Zander no longer records months and months and months in advance.
I can't.
Yeah.
For multiple reasons, I can't.
But honestly, I kind of like it more.
Yeah.
Because for once, it's not like, oh, we can't change something for 2 months.
Right. There have been some on-the-fly like changes. So yeah. I've got a list of every release from 2021 pulled up.
But I would say that that has allowed us to make the show a lot better because we can adapt to things a lot quicker.
Yeah, okay. So Pierre asked, what were the original plans for WrestleMania this year? So we talked a little bit about it. He says that he remembers the UE Warfare from the Undisputed Era and Rollins Murphy 3. So Rollins Murphy 3 was going to be the Survivor Series main event with Murphy as WWE champion and Rollins as World Heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
We were going to do brand versus brand.
Yeah, and then we did one final beat instead.
Yeah, which I think one final beat was going to be on that show.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't have been the end for Johnny Gargano. But anyway,
stay tuned.
A lot of WrestleMania ended up being pretty similar. Of course, I mentioned that Rhea was originally supposed to lose to Tegan Nox. Then she got released. She was then going to lose to Naomi. Naomi walked out. And then it was going to...
Now she might come back in a week. Yeah. So...
Shit happens. Yeah.
It's
and then Keith Lee was going to win the main event against Roman Reigns. Other than that, like looking at the rest of the matches,
Rollins was a little back and forth.
Yeah. At one point, Cross was actually a discussed opponent a year ago.
Yeah.
Actually, 2 years ago.
Cross was discussed at one point.
I
feel like Dunn came up in conversation a couple times.
I think he did at least once. I know Apollo was penciled in at one point.
Especially because they had that really good match, Clash of the Champions. Which, you want a good show to look about. Look at Clash of the Champions. It's actually a really good show.
It's one of my favorite shows I've ever put together. But yeah, Apollo was penciled in.
I think Clash of Champions is probably our most underrated episode of the show.
Yeah, it's actually quickly approaching the spot as second most viewed video.
Oh, really?
It's about 1,000 views below our first WrestleMania.
So, like, what do you think is the most underrated video we've done?
Bad Blood Season 2. It's not even in our top 10 most viewed videos. And I still think it's probably one of, if not the best, normal pay-per-view. But yeah, Pierre's other question is, hell, what was Gargano supposed to do after one final beat? So that's the crazy thing, is at this point, I don't even remember, because what was he supposed to do? So
what we were going to do is we were essentially going to have Johnny go into Crisis.
Right, yes.
He was going to hide behind Rampage Brown. He was going to be in the tag division. And essentially be a weasel the entire time.
That's right. I remember this now.
Basically, Ciampa beat him into fear.
Yeah.
What was the idea? And I know eventually he was supposed to come out of that into some sort of face turn.
Yeah, that sounds right. I think what resulted in him winning. I think he was going to win the U.S. title off of Rampage at some point or something like that.
Yeah. So yeah, that was our plan with him.
Yeah. What else was planned this season that just ended up not going through or kind of falling apart? Because we'll have to move on to AEW and Impact in a minute.
Yeah.
But I've got a list of every release from 2021 pulled up.
Okay.
And I've just gone to April 2021 because that's about when I was recording WrestleMania. So just to kind of bring up people that got released that affected things, the Iconics affected the women's tag division.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe clearly was going to be a big player this season. He was the U.S. champion for a long time.
Yeah.
He was going to get promoted to like world title level competitor afterwards. Chelsea Green was a big player. She was going to be part of the women's division. She was going to be a big player there. Let's see. Who else got? Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir were going to be part of the women's tag division. Let's see. Alexander Wolf completely got rid of 25% of Imperium. Daniel Bryan obviously had to scrap an entire part of the Undisputed Era story. He was going to join the UE last year.
Oh, yeah.
Daniel Bryan and the UE would have gone through WrestleMania. It would have been Bryan and Cole at WrestleMania today.
Yeah.
Strowman, it just kind of got rid of a big player for us.
Yeah. Well, also spurs an interesting conversation on the other end. Bryan Danielson was at one point going to win because the Blackjack Brawl and fight Adam Cole.
That's right. Yeah. Let's see. Obviously, we've talked so much about how Buddy Murphy's releases messed things up. He was going to fight. He was going to beat Bobby Roode for the title, and he would have ended up losing it to Roman. And then I don't know if we ever had plans for him at Mania this year. Aleister Black, we didn't even get a chance to make season 3 plans for. Let's see. Ruby Riott would have been in the tag division with Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt. Weirdly enough, Bray getting released only got rid of a tag team. He was going to just be a tag guy this season.
Yeah. We didn't have any plans for Bray, quite frankly.
Yeah. which I know a lot of people are going to be upset about that fact, but you know, he was a top guy for an entire season, so it was kind of
Bray Wyatt's a hard guy to book.
He's a very hard guy to book. Why do you think we've said that he doesn't care about titles and Impact? Bronson Reed, we've established, kind of stopped one of our Money in the Bank winners. Adam Cole, we've addressed the Undisputed Era stuff.
Has been such a clusterfuck this season.
It really has. Hit Row were supposed to win the tag titles at one point. Swerve was actually going to win the Cruiserweight title at one point.
Wasn't Swerve in that conversation to win Money in the Bank as well at one point?
He was, yeah. Weirdly enough, Eva Marie knocked out one of our tag teams we were going to do.
So, yeah, like this year, I said, Money in the Bank isn't even wrapped up yet. They haven't even resolved this hanging thread that's built into every season of the show.
And Cody's only got checks notes 3 months till that contract expires.
So, it's supposed to be Bronson. It's supposed to be Swerve.
Yep.
What are you going to be carrying Cross? I'm not lying.
I vaguely remember that, yeah.
Yeah. If I'm lying, I'm flying, and my ass is on the ground. But anyway.
But yeah, just real quick to hit these.
So eventually, you're like, let's just give it to Roger Starr. And like we said, people didn't care for that.
No.
So then we were like, okay, who do we give it to now? And we eventually saw Cody was being signed back to the company, and we were like, you want this hot shot on Cody? And we were like, yeah,
that'll work. But yeah, just kind of look at the rest of the releases real quick. Cross, Keith Lee, we talked about them.
I mean, at least that way, when someone says, who has the Money in the Bank briefcase? Roderick Strong. Fucking shit.
So there's one release that came from early this year and one at the end of last year that I do want to talk about because it was going to be one of the funniest things we did all season. And I hinted at it on Impact a little.
Uh-huh.
The releases of Drake Maverick and Dexter Lumis.
Yeah. This is my storyline. Occasionally, I will pitch a storyline that Zander is even more into than I am.
And this is the story Ray pitched, okay? So, Dexter Lumis went to SmackDown earlier this season.
Yep.
And what was supposed to happen was Dexter Lumis was going to be attacking people uncontrollably until he met Drake Maverick. Drake Maverick, who now has a PhD in psychiatry through the online University of Phoenix, which for those that don't know, is essentially a very cheap, very easy to get into college, and he would have gotten his degree online by cheating in his classes, so he becomes Dexter Lumis's therapist. And what happens is every time Dexter's going to attack someone, Drake's like, Dexter, no! And instead Lumis would pick him up and choke him out. This would have led to a tag run where at SummerSlam, it would have been Hit Row versus Lumis and Maverick versus Rated RKO for the tag titles.
And they were going to win.
And here's how it was going to go down. Because it was going to be the final 2K19 pay-per-view I'd have been able to pull this off. Hit Row would have had the match won by hitting a big double team move on, and the cat's feeder just turned over, hitting a big double team move on Randy Orton to take him out. Edge then spears one of the members of Hit Row. Drake Maverick throws him out of the ring. Dexter picks up Drake and chokes out Drake Maverick, whose prone body falls across one member of Hit Row. 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
And it would have been a beautiful thing, and they would have been like one of the mainstays in the hardcore title picture as well.
And do you remember what was supposed to be the climax of that storyline?
No, I do not.
It was going to be the following SmackDown. There was a tag entrance in 2K19 where they hugged. And that was going to be like the thing of the storyline.
Right.
Lumis hugging Drake Maverick.
Without choking him out, yeah. And that's honestly one of the stories I'm just so sad we didn't get to do because it would have been very fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't think we have anything else WWE wise to talk about. So people can keep sending in their questions, obviously. Okay, visualizing this sounds fucking hilarious. Also, imagine Ray the RKO being the straight man to all of this. Yeah, you got Hit Row over here doing their thing. You got Loomis and Maverick having couples issues. And then you got Ray the RKO being like, what the fuck is going on? So let's move on to AEW, shall we?
What happened was Ray ate some brownies last night, watched a video making fun of the University of Phoenix, and that spark of insanity / genius, and proceeded to send Zander about 2 to 3 5-paragraph texts about this very long idea that was basically a comedy script / stream of consciousness.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about some AEW stuff real quick. Because we've had 1 season of AEW now. It's been a very great season of AEW.
Very fun.
Lots of stuff ended up not happening in that season, though, that was supposed to happen. MJF was always supposed to be the first AEW champion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Pierre says, I imagine Cody going back really screwed up. It sure did. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's just kind of go chronologically, though. Looking at our first champions, we had MJF, the Good Brothers, Britt Baker, and Jon Moxley. All of those were exactly what we were pitching.
Yeah. Okay. There was a situation with Jon Moxley.
Oh, boy. If you've ever wondered how strong our friendship is, what can it survive? We're going to tell you the story of where I pushed it to its limit a few months ago.
So, who here is classic fans of ECW?
It's going to take a moment, so just keep going on.
Right. Okay. So, a classic ECW storyline is Rob Van Dam wins the television title, renames it the television world title, and goes on this insane run where he main events all the time with it. I wanted Jon Moxley to do that, and Zander said, hey, down the road, I thought he meant, can Buddy Matthews beat him? To which I said, sure. Because I thought we were talking like full gear, maybe even double or nothing. No, that's not what we were discussing. Evidently, he just went and recorded it, and by the time I realized what he had done, it was too late.
I'm being put on blast here, and I don't appreciate this.
Naturally, this bothered me. This was a frustrating experience. Do you want to take the reins, Zander?
Ray then resented Buddy Matthews for a while. You know, someone he was very crucial in the building of. I then had to start playing damage control for Jon Moxley and figuring out how to build him, how to make him stay a legitimate contender and make Ray happy. Damage control was named Sami Callihan.
That was also my idea.
Yes, it was.
So you didn't even do damage control. I did damage control.
Look, do not judge me for my successes. Judge me for my failures because I have so few.
Zander, a lot of failures have come up today.
It's been a year, all right? It's been a year. It's been a very long year. I got engaged in this year. That's what feels weirdest about all of this.
So how are we doing on votes?
We have 11 responses. That's a good segue, Ray. Thanks for the call to action. There's the form link again.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like this. We got to keep updating.
Right. So the Good Brothers being AEW tag champions.
Yeah.
Quite honestly, I'm not sure that was the best call.
Mm-hmm.
At the time, I think we all thought they'd be sticking around AEW longer than they did.
Mm-hmm.
But the Cody and Dustin team, that was my original idea. I think I pitched them as the first champions.
Mm-hmm.
But then you suggested doing the chase up to All Out for the Good Brothers to lose. And then ultimately, I just kind of wrote the Good Brothers because I think at this point, it was... How late in the year was it at this point? It was... I don't even remember. It was like December of 2021, right?
I think so.
That might have been Full Gear, actually. I don't know. It was a while back. No, Full Gear was March. So yeah, it was like December of last year. I'd started getting the idea to do Impact.
Uh-huh.
And so I was like, well, I'm going to do Impact. I'm going to want the Good Brothers. And we wrote them out. What else happened? So obviously Moxley would beat Adam Cole at Fyter Fest. Jungle Boy winning Face of the Revolution was fun. I believe you pitched him as the winner, and I was like, all right, let's just do it.
Yeah. You say that like it was a bad idea.
No, it was fun. I just kind of hoped he would have improved on the mic by now. But anyway. God, what else kind of... So AEW, really what messed us up more than anything was new people showing up and us having to find ways to fit them in.
Yeah. That was an interesting problem.
Yeah, it is a weird but interesting problem to have of instead of not having enough people, having too many.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess really the only thing, because there's a lot of stuff where it's just like, oh, well, this was just going to be a match that happened. I suppose one thing I can say, I guess I'm okay with saying it now. Many people might remember there's a handful of moments that just I don't particularly like to talk about because of the people involved. Like, Keith Lee wasn't always the Joker at All Out. It was someone else.
Yeah.
But we chose not to use them. And then also remember how at Full Gear it was like FTR have taken Jurassic Express out of the title match. We found another team and it's not FTR. It's FTR. That was going to be the Briscoes.
And then we thought they were canceled.
They were canceled for like a minute, and also reports came out that TNT would never let them. TBS was never going to allow them on AEW programming. Well, that idea got fucked.
Yeah.
There was one point where Cody and Dustin were actually going to lose those titles to Santana and Ortiz on that night. But now apparently they've had a real life falling out, and apparently I believe it's Santana's AEW contract expires in a couple days, and he's leaving.
Yep.
So let's talk about Cody, because that feels like that and the Double or Nothing title matches feel like the biggest things to talk about.
Yeah. Okay. I'm saying there one second. I'm paying like half attention here because I realized something. I didn't vote in the polls.
So I'll keep talking then.
Yeah.
Cody and Dustin were going to lose the tag titles. What was that?
I'm nearly finished.
Okay. Well, Cody and Dustin were going to lose the titles at Full Gear no matter what. It was at one point it was going to be Santana and Ortiz. At one point it was going to be the Briscoes. Then ultimately it became FTR in a very convoluted segment where it was just me commentating. And it was like a 3-second match, pretty much.
Yeah.
All
right. That now.
Yeah. And ultimately, the loss to whatever team it would have been would have driven Cody off the edge, and he would have turned on his brother, leading to a match at Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
Where Cody would have won. And then at Revolution Season 4, I feel like I'm allowed to say this part. At Revolution Season 4, Cody would have won the AEW World title when Brandy slid him a sledgehammer. He hit the champion with it and then hit a pedigree.
Yeah.
And the Cody Rhodes reign of terror would have began.
And now, remember, this was also one of my... This season has been a lot of my ideas.
Yeah. Well, I think you originally were like, let's have Cody be the one to take the title at Revolution. And I was like, okay, but what if he starts using the pedigree?
Yeah. And so, remember, when I pitched, you took a few months to pitch the pedigree. And I was following the storyline for months before that. And you were like, Ray, everyone hates him so much.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what? Come on, people will come around. And I mentioned it one time on a live stream that I was actually like Cody Rhodes. And I got bullied in the comments.
I had to turn tables.
Yeah.
Because then, when Cody's coming back...
You all cheered him, you fucking psychopaths.
No, even worse. For you, even worse. Cody's coming back. I'm like, all right, I've got this big baby face idea for how Cody comes back. And you were like, Zander, people hate him too much. Let's bring him in heel. And then he got the loudest baby face reaction in the fucking company.
Yes. And guess what? I am not letting the idea that he was a heel die.
But yeah.
He's a heel, damn it, because I say so.
But yeah, Cody would have been AEW World Champion in a couple weeks at Revolution. Ultimately, that didn't happen, but you know. Double or Nothing is probably the only AEW pay-per-view card that was really changed up a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just looking at it, Darby going into the main event as champion had opponents pitched like heel Bryan Danielson, Keith Lee.
The big one was Jericho. We had Jericho penciled in for a long time.
Chris Jericho was penciled in for a long time, yeah, because Ray wanted to have Santana and Ortiz with the tag titles early in the night to make people think, oh, Jericho's going to win the world title. And then the Inner Circle just fell apart in a fucking shitstorm.
Yeah.
And then I think at one point we even talked about Darby versus... who else did we talk about Darby?
Talking me about it, which I appreciate, because now we do have a storyline from Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
What?
Even post-retirement.
Mm-hmm. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
But when I had this whole thing going, you came to me and said, I'm not blaming you. I'm not mad. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
You said, Ray, Malachi Black destroyed him. And he's going to compete for a world title. I said, fair enough.
Yeah. We talked about doing Darby versus Malachi in the main event of Double or Nothing at one point.
Yeah.
That was a very short discussion, though.
Yeah, it didn't make much sense.
Yeah, another match that almost happened at Double or Nothing was going to be Danielson versus Cole for the TNT title, just kind of calling back to their WWE rivalry we did.
Yeah.
Britt Baker losing the women's title to Nixon Newell. So obviously that wasn't the idea from the start because, you know, Nixon was still Tegan at the time we started AEW.
Yeah.
We didn't know who was going to beat Britt.
It was a lot of people discussed.
We talked about Ruby at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Might have talked about Rosa, but then it looked like that's what they were doing in real life.
At one point we discussed even Jade.
Yeah, I remember I'd mentioned Jade at one point. I think we talked about bringing other people in from like Impact at one point because we weren't doing Impact yet.
Yeah.
But ultimately, the release of Tegan, who was supposed to, win the Raw Women's title today, I was like, well, might as well capitalize on her NXT run somehow.
And that's how he came to Nixon Newell winning.
Yep, and now she's probably returning next week.
Hooray, guys!
They're going to be in her hometown.
So she's going to be returning in 2 weeks.
Clash of the Castle's a week from tomorrow.
No, I mean, but we're going with Johnny Gargano program. You wait till the week after you were in their hometown, Zander.
Right.
Yeah. So in 2 weeks, Tegan Knox will debut.
Right. Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, obviously, why capitalize on being in the hometown? But anyway, I mean, Gargano said he wanted to be 100% surprised, so he did it on a night where there were no rumors about it.
And then decided to dance around like HBK.
Can't say I blame him. But anyway.
Comes out the dyed blonde hair.
Anyway, yeah, so the tag ladder match was not going to have Kings of Wrestling in it from the beginning.
Yeah.
That was going to be Jurassic Express, but then I said one of these things is not like the other, and lo and behold, Cesaro's WWE contract expired.
Yeah. Well, at one point it was going to be the Briscoes.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Them, FTR, and the Undisputed Elite. Stuart says, great WrestleMania. Thank you, Stuart.
Make sure you vote on the polls. How many votes do we have?
We're up to 12 now, which last year we had about 25. But last year everyone had a 24-hour window for it. This time they've had like a 2-hour window.
Yeah. So.
If even. So. It's fine. It's already gotten more votes than Double or Nothing predictions. We had 5 people do Double or Nothing predictions this year. Which is weird. But anyway, yeah. So I don't think there's much more to talk about with Double or with AEW, is there?
I don't think so.
So I guess we'll move on to Impact because there's not much to talk about there either. Like full transparency, and this is like not any disrespect to Ray, but Impact's been like pretty much since the inception, mostly me.
Yeah.
Just because I think the best way to put it is Impact is my toy box where you let me do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Stuart asked, how long did it take to record WrestleMania, if you don't mind me asking? So for Ray, it only took about 5 hours because he was only there for the main show. And I'd add about 30 minutes onto the actual total runtime from us pausing for bathroom breaks and stuff.
Yeah.
Me,
And like getting a cat out of the room who would come behind you and just meow as loudly as humanly possible.
yeah, she's a screaming cat. It's ridiculous. But anyway, me, I think about 24 hours of production time, like legitimately just actually working on it actively. Probably about 24 hours of work went into it.
So, like, here's the thing, guys. If you're going to record Universe mode, I suggest you get good at single playing and not changing who you're playing as.
Yeah.
That will save you an ungodly amount of time in post-production.
That is why I'm glad that's why I'm glad they changed it to a button mash system for kickouts, because I am a fantastic button masher, as you firsthand witnessed.
Yeah. I'm a much better at quick time person.
I noticed that you give me heart attacks watching Sakura Genesis in Rampage. I'm like, oh god, is he going to miss the kick out and forget? Is he going to have forgotten to edit a restart?
And then every time, oh thank God!
Because I've done it before with ARW.
Yeah.
But anyway, Impact doesn't have much to talk about. There's obviously the elephant in the room of the fact that Wyndham Rotundo was supposed to show up with Killer Cross and Scarlett by his side at one point.
We had to re-record that the night of.
Yeah, we re-recorded that the night before it aired.
Yeah.
Because we watched SmackDown where Karrion Kross returned. And we were like, there's no way to write him out of Colton Windham.
Yep.
In 2 weeks.
Ray.
And then I'm trying to think of other stuff because, like, I've pretty much just with Impact done what I wanted to and not looked back.
I mean, I pitched certain things.
And certain things you pitch end up happening.
Like a lot of the stuff, like I said, I had a lot of hand in Matt Cardona, especially the forming of his faction.
Yeah, the Matt Cardona stuff. Weirdly enough, Matt Cardona's faction was a Ray creation. I've just been the one adding members to it.
Yeah, no, but like I was pitching Zander, he was like, "I love that. I love that so much." Like he was like, my pitch was like, take all these like small time wrestling YouTubers, they're like such, they're like maybe like 10,000, up to like 50,000 subs, and just put them with this writer, and they're just trying to get.
I ended up twisting it just a little because there weren't many wrestlers that do online stuff.
And then I revealed there's a lot more than you know, and he was like, okay.
Yeah, but then I also, like, I found people that actually, like, Mike Knox is his enforcer in NWA, so he's his enforcer in Impact.
Yeah.
Jack Evans, he just kind of fit the style. Mojo used to be his tag partner in WWE, made sense.
Kurt Hawkins, Brian Myers.
Yeah, well, Brian Myers is his tag partner. The only people who are actually major players are Cardona, Green, and Myers. Everyone else are brand endorsers.
And they have Hendry, who's
the lead endorser, yeah. Trying to get that promotion.
And Hendry, and guys, Hugh and I on Joe Hendry. I'm finally letting Zander do something with Joe Hendry.
Yeah. Let's see. What else have I gotten to do with Impact that's just been fun? The reuniting of Sanity, because I love that faction, and I hate that Triple H didn't get to see them flourish.
And we're going to have to talk about my show.
Yeah, we'll get to New Japan in just a second, and Rampage and stuff.
Oh yeah, Rampage. No, hey, remember the big thing?
My God, yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, let me finish up with Impact real quick here. Really not much changed with Impact. Jay White was just going to beat Johnny Impact clean at one point, and then Ray suggested the idea of Manic being Kenta, and I was like, yes, I love this.
Yeah, I was like, go Russo. Just do it. Just one time. Let's just do it.
I remember something.
What?
Had Fandango, a.k.a. Dirty Dango, not announced that he's going to be retiring in the next few months, Aaron Stevens would not have hired Tyler Breeze as his fashion consultant, but he would have hired the Fashion Police as his personal bodyguards to his campaign.
Yeah. And they're going to be called the Corrupt Cops.
Yep. We were going to toe the line as much as possible with it.
Yeah.
Oh, and I suppose we should probably mention the fact that, you know, the first ever promotion for Impact was me doing a Control Your Narrative style promo before we all found out what that really means.
And thus gave birth to my phrase of C-SPAN wrestling. Thank you.
So let's talk about Rampage now, since it's only a week old, but it's our newest toy.
Yep, it's my new toy. It's my new thing. The other instead of playing with two controllers to control both sides. When Zander still lived with his brother, they did that a little bit.
Occasionally. But
yeah.
I don't enjoy it. I've done it plenty of times, but I feel like I get better matches out of playing with the computer because I turn the computers onto hard mode. But I turn their reversal rate down just enough to where they play like they reverse like their normal mode, but they hit like it's hard mode.
Yeah. So, if people in the chat are ready, I have a reveal about the upcoming Rampage. This Wednesday's Rampage. Who's ready?
Boy.
Whoa, Storm flipped out of it. Tony. Storm. 0. 1, 2, 3.
Tony Storm is the inaugural AEW TBS champion for LS11 Universe.
And with that burning question decided, one remains for all fans of Rampage. The AEW All-Atlantic Championship will be decided this Wednesday in a 4-man, one-night tournament. And the competitors in this tournament will be Malachi Black, Andrade El Idolo, from New Japan Pro Wrestling, Shingo Takagi, and making his debut in LS11 Universe this Wednesday, Nick Aldis. The 4-man tournament happens this Wednesday night.
Nick Aldis has never appeared in LS11 Universe.
I confused myself there. Anyway. Yay!
Yeah. What a lineup we got there to crown the first All-Atlantic champion.
Yeah, we got a mix. We got a mix going.
So Rampage is only like a week old, but you want to talk about the original TBS tournament?
Sure. Why not?
You handle that. My home phone's ringing.
Oh, God. So, a few months ago, WWE released Dakota Kai. She registered copyright for a new name of King Coda. I assume that would be her new ring, which I liked. So, but I'm also a big fan of Dakota Kai. So what I did was I pitched Zander, the first TBS champion, would be King Coda. That wasn't until SummerSlam when Dakota Kai came out with Bayley and Io Sky.
Yep.
And if you go back and watch the live reaction to SummerSlam, you can see the moment I realized she came back.
Because Ray goes, "Oh shit!"
And most people said, "Oh, Ray's really excited." No, I was like, "Fuck!"
Yep. Oh man. I'm sorry, Ray.
Yeah. Yeah.
I even had the graphic of her with the title made.
Yeah.
Hold on, I've got it on my computer. I'll share it. I don't see why not.
Yeah. So that was the plan at one point.
Yeah, Dakota Kai, King Coda, TBS champion, nearly happened. It would have been her versus
We'll do another stream where we talk about things that happen. Because of the story of the All-Atlantic Championship, it's quite a tale, my friends. Quite
that's gonna be a story for its own entire live stream.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go. Proof that Dakota Kai, King Coda was gonna be TBS champion.
Look at that render. Isn't that a great render, people?
Yeah, it turned out pretty well. I'm pretty proud of that one.
So, yeah.
Oh, man. So at this point in all of the hype, I forgot to vote, turns out.
Did you vote?
Working on it.
How many votes do we have now?
Unless someone submitted one at the time I'm doing this, I'm number 13. Was she going to face Tony or Jade? So that's the funny thing. She wasn't going to face either of them. She was going to face Paige Van Zant.
Yeah, and then you pitched Jade. Which I said sure.
I think Jade versus Tony was a better dynamic.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't realize just how much stuff there is to vote for this year.
I know.
I'm sorry, but we have 3 shows.
And you're not going to start considering Rampage as well.
We have 3 companies and 5 shows a week. I didn't even include New Japan on this one.
I know. I'd be angry about it if I didn't understand.
I'm glad you understand.
Cody versus Cody versus round. Okay, I know because I remember myself recording it like the last 3 times. Going, I cannot believe how close I made that.
Nice. I'm still going through these questions. Like, holy shit.
I get it. You're watching Takagi versus Ibushi because that would be, yeah.
Okay, now I've submitted mine. We are up to 13 votes.
All right.
Okay. So we've talked about just about every dropped plan I can think of.
Yeah. We've discussed what's going on Rampage.
Yeah, I do have a bit of breaking news for everyone. I mentioned on WrestleMania Kickoff that because of SmackDown's victory, they would get the first draft pick of Season 4. So how about we announce that right now? Ladies and gentlemen, making his way to Friday nights, starting this week, will be the new LS11 Cruiserweight Champion, Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio is bringing the Cruiserweight title back to SmackDown.
Yep.
Of course, the Cruiserweight title will have to float between shows, but that means that, terrible as this might sound, some people will be excited about this. Rey has been separated from his son, Dominic, in the draft.
His son! His poor boy!
Pierre even says, what about his son? I hear SmackDown specifically didn't want him. Oh, yeah. Remember when Dominic Mysterio was going to win this ladder match and turn heel?
Oh, yeah.
And then we realized he's just terrible.
Yeah, that was the plan.
He was really good when he first started, but he was good for having just started.
And I haven't seen a lot of them. Imagine if Rhea Ripley beat up Dominic Cruz again, and Rey Mysterio did the whole end of Goblet of Fire, Harry Potter. That's my boy, my boy.
Oh Lord. So yeah, let's take some more questions, guys. Fire away the questions. I'm gonna post the poll one last time here. So everyone get your votes in. Every vote matters. Give it a minute. Let things tally up. I suppose I could read off Masters of the LS11 Universe winners.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of players this time around.
Mm-hmm.
Like well over 35, well over 40, excuse me.
Yeah.
In fact, you know what? No, we had nearly 50 players this time around, and there were a lot of them. There were a few people who got disqualified. Forewarning, when there's an open answer and you put your mom or D's nuts or shit like that and waste my time, I'm not counting your fucking points. You're getting disqualified from that round. Just so you know. I don't know. Still acceptable. I'm not thrilled when people say it because I prefer people just put a name in there. You might be right. But, yeah. Long story short, we had a lot of players. And so we'll go backwards from 3 to 1 to announce who won. And I will be getting in contact with the winner later tonight to get the address to ship the trophy to once I can afford the trophy because we're broke right now. YouTube ad rev's not great, by the way. We've not gotten a YouTube paycheck in 2 months because the main country we were getting 80% of our revenue from just apparently stopped giving us revenue. Anyway.
Right.
Third place with 98 points, the man of 1,004 questions, Zayn Chaudhry. Second place 102 points. Real Pro Gamer. It was a very tight race, but then Real Pro Gamer missed the last 3 rounds, and that might have cost him. The winner, with 139 out of 220 possible points, Zach Rushing has won Masters of the LS11 Universe for this year. Congratulations, Zach. I'll be shooting you a message later tonight to figure out where to send the trophy.
Zach is like a volume boxer. Not always the most accurate, but he just kept coming in. He just kept throwing shots.
Yeah, like, you know, Zach had pretty good scores across the board. Like, just to give you guys a rundown, Backlash, max score 10, he got 6. Revolution, max of 8, he got 5. Takeover Cleveland, max of 7, he got 6. Vengeance, 11, he got 10. Fighter Fest, 6, he got 6. Money in the Bank, 9, he got 5. Great American Bash, 4, he got 1, but like everyone did terrible on that show. All Out, 9, he got 4. Extreme Rules, 7, he got 5. The End, 6, he got 3. SummerSlam, 10, he got 6. Clash, 11, he got 7. Bound for Glory, 6, he got 3. Bad Blood, 11, he got 6. Full Gear, 9, he got 7. Survivor Series, 11, he got 8. No Surrender, 10, he got 3. Cyber Sunday, 9, he got 7. Royal Rumble, 13, he got 10. He was one of the only people to get all 3 points on at least one of the Rumbles.
Okay.
Elimination Chamber, 13-10 yet again. Slammiversary, 10-8. Double or Nothing, 13-5. And WrestleMania, 17, he got 8 points. So he got over half the possible points, which no one else was able to do. So,
like, okay, let me just say this, though. What you read off, though, he wasn't accurate all the time. Sometimes he missed less than half. So
yeah,
I really on there is in him as the winner. Guys, if you, like, come on to a show where you only get, like, 2 or 3 right, don't let that say, oh, I'm never going to catch up. I'm just going to stop playing the game. As long as you keep voting, those points will eventually add up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I'm changing the format of the spreadsheet a little bit this season just to make it easier to see everything. Players are going to be going down while shows go across. That way you're not having to scroll sideways, because scrolling sideways feels weird. But let's see. We've had 14 votes. Is it time to read off the awards?
Yep, I guess so.
All right. Accepting responses is officially off. We'll work backwards. We'll end it with Superstar of the Year. So, Impact Pay-Per-View of the Year. Your options were Bound for Glory, No Surrender, and Slammiversary. It was a very short year for Impact. Bound for Glory got 1 vote. No Surrender, 2 votes, and an overwhelming 11 out of 14 votes. Slammiversary is Impact Show of the Year. Pay-Per-View of the Year, you had Revolution, All Out, Full Gear, Double or Nothing.
I just want to establish
Okay.
is the last couple where you have like 10 choices. Let's just read off like the top 3.
Yeah.
Let's not go through the whole list of options.
AEW, Double or Nothing won Show of the Year with 85.7% of the vote.
Yeah.
WWE Pay-Per-View of the Year, WrestleMania with 64% of the vote.
Oh, dang.
Money in the Bank was a close second, and surprisingly, Clash of Champions didn't get voted.
Dang.
So what I'll probably do is top 3 for everything. That work?
That's what I was saying before. Top 3 of everything.
So
3, 2, 1 on everything.
oh, for fuck's sake.
What are we dealing with here? Come on, baby. Sell me some products.
Authority Figure of the Year.
Yeah.
3rd place, Mick Foley, Raw General Manager, with 21% of the vote.
Okay.
2nd place, Wade Barrett, former NXT General Manager, assistant to the Raw General Manager, and former Raw General Manager. 25% of the vote.
Okay.
The winner, representing LS11 Management, the LSWF Commissioner, and two-time ARW general manager, I win another Slammy, baby! Bring it home!
Are you gonna start doing? That's what you should do. You should go on like Amazon or like the two Slammies and start doing the whole Owen Hart bit.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hang on. I'd like to thank my mom and my dad for getting divorced when I was only 3 and causing me all this trauma that made me make a YouTube channel. I'd like to thank the Academy.
Do a picture like with the ARW belt, the predictions belt, and the Slammies. You just do like the full Owen Hart pose, just like that.
I'll remake the YouTube Universe Heavyweight Championship as well.
Yeah. God, we're dorks. Anyway.
Oh, Boss Glow World. Thank you for pointing that out. They ask, was Raquel supposed to win at WrestleMania? She was at one point. Thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah. We kind of talked about that earlier.
Because, well, they also mentioned that Raquel is who you see on the banner right now. Whoopsie. Look, man. Give me a minute here. I'm having a day. I'll fix it later, okay? I'll fix it after this stream because I'm gonna have to change a few things up on it.
Okay, so anyway.
Moving on. Shocking moment of the year.
Okay.
In third place. Also, Dakota has the TBS title. For fuck's sake, hang on. Okay, I'm going to have to fix this now, then. That is completely on me. Sorry, everybody. It's been quite the week, hadn't it? Hold on. I do have to take the All-Atlantic Champion off because that's what the next banner I had ready was. Or is it? No, I actually do have the right banner ready. What the fuck? Hold on. 2 seconds, everyone. Guys, thank you all for pointing this out because I would not have known.
Thank God you didn't spoil the All-Atlantic Champion.
It's okay. Cornold's the placeholder right now with the ARW title instead of the All-Atlantic title.
Yeah. Well, I was about to say, well, Xander, thanks for ruining the main draw of my next episode. Thanks a lot, buddy. Thanks.
Okay, if you guys visit the channel now, everyone should be the right way around.
Okay, back to the end of the year.
All right, just refresh the channel, everybody. Shocking moment of the year. Tied for second place. Triple H forms the regime with Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, and Austin Theory.
Is that the
That is
official
tied.
name? Like the regime.
What was that?
Is that the official name? The regime.
That's what I've been calling him for like 6 months. Tied with Tommaso Ciampa becomes Grand Slam Ciampa at SummerSlam.
Okay.
But the most shocking moment of season 3 was the end of Rhea Ripley's Raw Women's title reign.
Well, we built that up where she was going to reach 500.
We did, yeah.
So I don't think a lot of people, they're like, okay, she's going to reach 500. She's probably going to lose at 501 or something.
Yeah. All right. Upset of the year, and this one spans all companies. We actually have a tie for this one.
Okay.
In third place is Darby Allin beating Kenny Omega at All Out.
Okay.
In second is MJF beating Kenny Omega on the first Dynamite.
All right.
Tied for the winning upset of the year is Anna Jay beats Thunder Rosa twice on Dynamite.
Okay.
Tied with Jeff Hardy debuts, wins Call Your Shot and the Impact World title in the span of 45 minutes.
True.
And excuse the shuffling in the background. My cat has decided to go play in the litter box. Betrayal of the year. In third place, Big E joins the Hurt Business.
Yeah.
But Ray, the question is, why Big E joined the Hurt Business? Second place, Robert Roode betrays LA Knight.
Yeah.
And the biggest betrayal of the year, wish you'd all shown this much fire when he was still on screen, Roderick Strong destroys the Undisputed Era from within.
Yeah.
Hey, Ray, you're going to like this next one. Funniest moment of the year.
Okay.
Third place, Zander tells Aaron Stevens to get lost and hits him with radio silence at WrestleMania.
Okay.
Second place, Braun Steiner does Steiner math.
Did I win a Slammy?
The winning funniest moment of the year is Danhausen and Conan O'Brien attack Ray Wood.
I win a Slammy!
Good job. Impact rivalry of the year. In third place, Samoa Joe versus Swerve Strickland.
Okay.
Somehow in second place, the people of Impact versus Aaron Stevens. What the fuck? I gave you that one as a joke.
So that all, but like Zander, that for a while was the lead.
Yeah, it was. That's the scariest part.
Hmm.
But the winning rivalry, as it should have been, Johnny Impact versus Bullet Club.
Yeah.
AEW rivalry of the year. In third place, Chris Jericho versus Adam Cole.
Good rivalry.
The Undisputed Trials, the rivalry essentially was the Undisputed Trials. Second place, Malachi Black versus Buddy Matthews. I think if it had a little more time to flesh out, maybe it would have won.
Yeah.
But
that's also our longest brewing storyline.
yes, it is. It's a 3-year-long story.
Yeah.
But the best rivalry of AEW this season, Jon Moxley versus Sami Callihan.
That was all me.
Mm-hmm. WWE rivalry of the year. In third place, Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Gonzalez.
Okay.
In second place, nearly winning it 2 years in a row, Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano.
Gotta have me a dent win. Don't like repeat winners.
Winning the Slammy for WWE rivalry of the year, Tommaso Ciampa versus Triple H.
Makes sense.
Impact debut / return.
Just do the Roman versus Triple H story, but with someone that was actually over. Yes.
I mean, that Cyber Sunday beatdown is a mirror of the TLC 2015.
Yeah, I know. Like the regime, the League of Nations. There's translations to all of it. It's actually well written, but the key is the figure in the center actually has to be over as a babyface.
Yep. Impact debut / return of the year. In third place, Abyss returns and attacks the major players. In second place,
I thought that was going to be one of them.
Samoa Joe interrupts the first ever Aaron Stevens filibuster.
Okay.
And the winning one, I feel like we all knew this was going to win. Wyndham Rotunda arrives.
Yeah, we knew that was going to win. On to AEW.
AEW debut / return of the year. This looks like a Domino's pizza with how this pie chart is cut. All sorts of randomly sized pieces.
Well, I thought you were going to say across Chris Jericho's head.
Tied for second place in a 3-way tie because everything else is tied for third. Tied for second in a 3-way tie are the debuts of Bryan Danielson, Adam Cole, and Kyle O'Reilly.
Okay.
The winner for most shocking debut and return in AEW. Do you want to take a guess who won it?
Johnny Gargano.
Johnny Gargano attacks MJF at Winter is Coming. WWE debut return of the year.
Okay.
Third place, Stone Cold Steve Austin returns and hits Roman with a stunner on Raw.
WWE drove us to bring back part-timers for cheap pops.
Second place, Becky Lynch returns to even the odds for Seth Rollins against The Way.
Yeah, that was fun.
And the winner for best debut / return of the year, Adrenaline in my soul, Cody Rhodes return to... I had that one backwards. Something, Cody Rhodes.
SmackDown has signed Cody Rhodes.
Thank you. Adrenaline in my soul.
Jesus Christ.
SmackDown has signed Cody Rhodes. There we go. I just had to fix it. Cody Rhodes returns and attacks John Cena on Super SmackDown.
Yeah.
Now we come to the
Super SmackDown. I was like, that has to be it. That has to be the big thing is Cody returns on this episode.
That's why I made Super SmackDown. Don't you fucking steal this from me. I was like, I'm making Super SmackDown. It's where Cody's returning.
You had the idea for Super SmackDown before Cody. Like, you had an idea. No, you had the Sami Zayn championship idea was your first one, I believe.
The idea was Sami has the title match. After he loses, he cuts a promo and Cody returns.
Okay. Anyway.
That was the idea. But then you were like, well, what if we brought him back heel? I was like, that's going to mess with Super SmackDown. Super SmackDown's already announced. And then you were like, well, what if he's attacking John Cena? And I was like, well, I can make this work.
And then I was like, let's just have him be a heel. Which, in hindsight, I'm glad he's a heel for us.
Yeah, me too. So, on the breakout stars.
It makes it different from what WWE's doing.
So, it is a 2-horse race on these next two.
Okay.
So, there's no Impact breakout of the year because Impact's only been around for a few months. AEW breakout of the year was a 2-way race. Hangman Page in second place. The winner, Wardlow.
Okay.
WWE breakout of the year, another 2-horse race. Pretty sure DJ Danger stuffed the ballot box. In second place, LA Knight.
Okay.
And as it should be, the breakout star of the year is Braun Steiner.
When I voted for LA Knight.
Of course you did.
Okay, I wanted to please DJ Danger.
So, Impact, we're on to the matches of the year here.
Yeah.
Impact match of the year. In third place, Swerve Strickland versus Jeff Hardy for the Impact World title.
Good match.
Where Swerve would win the title ultimately.
Yeah, good match.
Second place, Jeff Hardy versus Jay White for the Impact World title at No Surrender.
Also good match.
Match of the year for Impact, Samoa Joe versus Swerve Strickland at Slammiversary.
I can see why.
AEW match of the year.
Okay.
In third place, Adam Cole versus Jon Moxley at Fyter Fest.
Great match. Bloodbath.
Second place, Adam Cole versus Chris Jericho at Double or Nothing.
I swear to God if Adam Cole's number one.
The winners of match of the year, Kenny Omega versus CM Punk at Double or Nothing.
Okay.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, great match, great match. Great angle. Xander and I were talking about it whilst we were filming it. We were like, Punk and Omega probably should have gone on last. Probably.
WWE match of the year. In third place, Pete Dunne versus AJ Styles at NXT TakeOver the End.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
In second place.
Third slamming for me.
In second, that was third place.
No, wait, true.
In second place, Roman Reigns versus AJ Styles in the main event of WrestleMania.
Okay.
And the winner of match of the year, Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa, one final beat.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Now on to the tag team.
You have the final. You have number one. I have 2 and 3 though, because yeah.
Impact Tag Team of the Year. Third place, the Major Players.
Okay.
Second place, Motor City Machine Guns.
I imagine they would win.
Well, winning by just one vote are the Impact Tag Team Champions, the North. AEW Tag Team of the Year.
For Motor City.
What was that?
I thought popularity would edge it from Motor City.
Yeah, me too. AEW Tag Team of the Year in third place, Redragon of Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. In second place,
so they're probably going to rank. But we stop using.
Second place is Cody and Dustin Rhodes.
Actually, who I voted for.
They had some good matches, but Tag Team of the Year, which quite honestly does not surprise me, FTR.
I see why. Why I voted for Cody and Dustin is I think they had the most clear story of any tag team in AEW over the last year.
Yeah, I agree.
Which that's why I look for in wrestling. Like I do agree with the statement. I'm just gonna say this, that like wrestling has become too much about the importance of the match. And I think we've lost a lot of why wrestlers are fighting, which as a result we're losing angles. So I don't know. Zander, you can speak your opinion on this. I personally like there to be a storyline over there's these two good wrestlers and they're gonna have a match.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, I agree with you.
Like I want there to be drama. I want there to be stakes to the match.
Yeah, I agree.
No.
You know, if you shove it under that door, you're not getting it back, Dana. Anyway.
Hi, Dana.
Oh, yeah, I guess you can see her.
Alex's fur baby.
Yep. WWE Tag Team of the Year.
Okay.
In third place, the Usos. Do you know what the craziest thing is? I think we're now officially the only universe mode that can say former tag team, the Usos.
Yeah.
Second place, because you're all fucking ridiculous, Generic Housen. And the winners of Tag Team of the Year, as it should be, Mustache Mountain.
That's really the only team that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. They're the most consistent of the teams, yet they're the only team they only have had one pay-per-view defense, and it was today. They've had really stacked pay-per-view cards since they won. What's really funny is the color coding on Google Forms showed New Day and Mustache Mountain both as green. I thought New Day had somehow won when they've only had one tag match all season.
I would not like. I would not like. I wouldn't agree, but I won't be surprised.
I think they had the best tag team story of the season.
Yeah, no, that's what I was gonna say. And like I said, I think generally story-based wrestling is better than just spectacle-based wrestling.
Impact Knockout of the Year.
So I'm gonna guess. I won't guess on any. I'm just gonna guess on this. I'm gonna guess 3 is Peraza.
There's not even a 3. Mickey
Alexa
James got 1 vote. Everything else went to Alexa Bliss.
Oh, I was gonna guess 3. I was gonna guess Deonna Peraza and Mickey James, Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, no, it was a landslide victory for Bliss.
Makes sense. I mean, she's the only knockout really pushed.
I know. We have had a tie for Impact Male Wrestler of the Year.
Okay.
Tied for second. Well, I suppose everyone got voted in except one person, so the only person that didn't get any votes was Chris Sabin. Third place goes to Jeff Hardy.
Okay.
Tied for second, Samoa Joe and Switchblade Jay White.
Okay.
Tied for first place, your Impact Male Wrestlers of the Year, Matt Cardona and Swerve Strickland.
Yeah, I see why. You've done like so much insane things with Matt Cardona.
He's been very fun to ride if you haven't
And,
noticed.
and like, you have more insanity planned.
Oh, you all just wait till this Thursday. That's all I will say there.
Like, eventually, fucking, I don't know, Joe Exotic's gonna kick down the door and start running around with Matt Cardona or something. I don't know. Like, it's
No, I
getting
do not intend on bringing Enzo in.
I'll
What
be
are you talking about?
surprised. Not Joe Exotic, but I wouldn't be surprised if Matt Cardona came out with a lion in a cage at some point to represent his spirit being lion-esque or tiger-esque or whatever.
This one was way more split than I thought it would be.
Okay.
AEW Female Wrestler of the Year. Third place, Jade Cargill. Second place, Ruby Soho. The winner with only half of the vote, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. AEW Male Wrestler of the Year also looks like a dominant. What was that?
I can see this going a lot of ways.
Oh, it's a close one. Tied for third place
Chart.
are John Moxley and MJF.
Okay.
Mox was my vote. I'll disclose that. Second place, Johnny Gargano.
Well, okay, so like when they vote, and I was doing this too, I was considering the things he did in WWE.
That's fair.
So I was like, so I think our fans did this too. When they vote for the wrestler in the overall season,
Yeah,
and not just his part in this one show.
I get
In which
that.
case, I do understand. Because he was world champion this season, so
He was, yeah.
yeah.
AEW Male Wrestler of the Year, Darby Allin. He had a good season.
So Xander and I often talk about how we don't think Darby Allin's getting over. Evidently, according to votes, people disagree.
Maybe. Well, let me get the music queued up, because if I did the music cue, I did the music cue when we announced Male Superstar of the Year last year, so I need to do it again this year.
Okay.
Getting everything all set up here. So WWE Female Wrestler of the Year. In third place, Liv Morgan.
Okay.
In second place, Raquel Gonzalez. And of course, winning in a landslide, and quite honestly, if you ask me, overall wrestler of the season, Rhea Ripley. Finally, WWE Superstar of the Year.
Okay.
In third place, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Okay.
In second place, the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns.
All right.
The winner and superstar of Season 3, Seth freaking Rollins.
Hooray! We all saw it coming!
I was going to say, it was his season to win.
All right, and now let's move on to the match of the year.
We already did.
We did?
Yeah.
Shit! I've been in this entire time. Anyway.
It was one final beat. We talked about this 10 minutes ago, dumbass. You fucking idiot.
Don't judge me on my successes. Judge me on my failures because I have so few.
Well, I'm judging you on this failure.
You're a failure.
Anyway,
I'm kidding.
gonna say.
Failures.
Anyway,
We're all failures. Anyway.
ouch. So, just kind of thinking of Rollins, because Pierre mentioned Super Rollins. I just kind of like to mention one kind of final thing here. Our wrestler custom attire game was on point this season.
Yeah. You like to do a lot of those things.
Cena is Peacemaker. Cardona's Deathmatch King attire. Gargano's Green Goblin and Riddler outfits.
Gargano's Carnage was fun this year. Wait,
that really worked out for him, I thought. He's going to wear it at least one more time this season. I know that much. Because
that was made by you as well, right?
No, it was not. Someone else made that one.
Damn.
Because he'd done that one in real life. The Green Goblin one will always have a special place.
You have to wear a really cool attire for me to remember it.
What was that?
You have to wear a really cool attire for me to remember it.
Yeah. I loved Seth Rollins' Superman attire that he wore today. Because of the whole idea of him calling John Cena Superman, and thus Rollins, after beating Cena, became what he tried to destroy. But yeah, I'm trying to think of if I have any more Season 4 announcements. Of course, Draft Night will take place in less than 24 hours, tomorrow night at 6. Oh, I guess we can end it with the power rankings for the season.
Cool.
So heading into let me drop the AEW and Impact ones in as well, so that we can deal with those.
All right.
Let me drop each of these in real quickly. And AEW ones. So the Impact power rankings. I'm going to remove our logo from the top corner real quick. The Impact power rankings this season end with the 3 champions, and the top 5 ranked men for the men's division are Jonah, James Storm, Mustafa Ali, Kenta, and Rob Van Dam. Top 5 ranked women in the Knockouts division are Taya Valkyrie, Chelsea Green, Deonna Purrazzo, Jordan Grace, and newcomer Mia Yim, who will arrive to Impact this Thursday. She's ranked so high due to her performance at Double or Nothing. Tag team champions, number 1 contenders are FTR. We'll be seeing that winner-take-all match in a few nights at Against All Odds. Insanity, the Bullet Club, Time Splitters, and the Major Players.
All right.
AEW power rankings for the season already been shared in Discord. Of course, Wardlow ranked number 1 due to his many victories this season. Kenny Omega ranked number 2 because of his win over CM Punk. Moxley ranked number 3 due to his TNT title reign and overall his season performance, even if that Lights Out match didn't count. Malachi Black ranked number 4, obvious reasons. Keith Lee ranked 5 as of his win over Miro. Women's championships, Britt Baker's been bumped down to number 1 ranked after losing her title. Jade Cargill, Jamie Hayter, Chris Statlander, and Anna Jay are the top 5 ranked there. And the tag team champions, their top 5 contenders right now are Redragon, Kings of Wrestling, Young Bucks, House of Black, and the Lucha Bros. Ray, do you want to go? What did we finish on? Did we finish on Raw or SmackDown?
Let's finish with Raw, because Raw's been the big brand this season.
Right. So the SmackDown power rankings for the season end with Seth Rollins and Braun Steiner as SmackDown's champions. Cody Rhodes, John Cena, Edge, Finn Balor, and Sami Zayn are the top 5 ranked men. Cody, Cena, Edge, and Sami, all because of their WrestleMania wins. Finn down from what he would have been ranked number 1 as of yesterday due to his loss to Seth Rollins. Women's Championship, Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch go up the rankings due to their WrestleMania wins. Nikki Cross goes down after losing the title. Tag Team Championships, everything below Mustache Mountain stayed the same because none of these teams competed tonight. And with the women's tag team titles crowned, Charlotte and Lacey are officially champions. Strikeforce overtake Fight Factory due to their loss, and Team 2001 takes Charlotte and Lacey's place on the top 5. So, final power rankings for Season 3 going into Season 4 on Monday Night Raw. AJ Styles and Dolph Ziggler sit atop the Raw singles divisions, with Walter being the number 1 ranked man due to his win over Brock Lesnar. Ciampa ranked number 2 after beating Triple H. Reigns knocked down the rankings due to losing the title. LA Knight, with his thunderous return, has shot himself in the top 5 now that he's off the injury list. And Jey Uso, with his hardcore title victory, is now ranked number 5, not in the tag division anymore. Io Shirai ranked number 1 in the women. Raquel and Rhea bumped down to 1 and 2. Shayna Baszler and Bianca Belair bump above Bayley to 4 and 5 as Bayley's been knocked down due to her loss today. New Day now sit atop the Raw Tag Team title division. Street Profits take their original place as number 1 ranked. Hurt Business have been bumped down. Imperium have gone down because of their WrestleMania loss. Legado del Fantasma, always in the background. And taking the place of O-Miz, due to O-Miz no longer being a team, is Tony D'Angelo and Stax Channing Lorenzo. And in the Cruiserweight division, Rey Mysterio is the champion. Ilya Dragunov, Ricochet, and Wesley rise the rankings due to their great performances in the ladder match. Pete Dunne goes down because of his loss, and Santos Escobar stays the same. I'll be uploading these rankings probably at the end of every week just to kind of show where everyone stands so you guys kind of have an idea of, oh, well, it makes sense that this guy is coming up next.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I need to make dinner because I've not eaten since this morning.
And I got to go record some things for Rampage.
Yeah, you do that. I got to record. Shit. Am I going to have to record while my fiance's here? Oh, not. I did a little bit of overrun here today. I didn't expect to. So I guess I'm going to have to record Impact while Alex is home either tonight or tomorrow. I've got Raw and AEW done, but I got to get Impact and SmackDown done.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for an incredible season 3, everyone.
And we start on season 4 tomorrow. There is no hiatus.
Until next time.
I want to see my family again.
Until next time, I've been Zander.
I've been Ray.
And that was
season 3.
Season 3. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Night.